Devesh Thakur of the JDU, which has been the anti-Modi party, with me in the studio. Kumar Ketkar of the Bhaskar Group with me in the studio. Atul Kumar Anjan of the CPI. Sankarshan Thakur, senior journalist of the Telegraph. My first question is to Ravi Shankar Prasad. Mr. Prasad, the BJP seems to have thought it out very well. Narendra Modi pushes the development line and Rajnath Singh pushes the Hindutva line. Nice balancing act. Keep the middle class urban voter happy and at the same time also keep the hardcore saffron lobby happy.
Well, Arnav Goswami, I am very happy to hear that Mr. Goswami has already drawn the line of the BJP and also determined the 2014 agenda. Leave something to us to be decided. As far as the BJP is concerned, we are very clear, Arnav Goswami, that what Rajnath ji said today in Allahabad, that millions of Hindus world over want that a Bhavya Ram Mandir should be constructed. I know many Muslims also want. We have won from the Allahabad High Court, we will win from the Supreme Court, but in litigation one party loses, one wins. If by national consensus we can do it, there is no problem, and BJP's that agenda is very clear from 89.
VHP says if agitation is needed, then we need to display our might. The Ram temple will not get built like this. 1 minute. Is this the view of the BJP?
Now, first of all, let me be very clear about it. I am speaking for the BJP as the chief spokesperson. BJP's views, commitment is too known. Even in the NDA regime, it was very clearly either by consultation, consensus, or by the legal route it ought to be there. That was there. As far as the development part is concerned, and we are not cagey about it, I am proud to say that the millions of people want that a Bhavya Ram Mandir should be there, and I am sure it will happen. Obviously through the medium of consensus, and not only BJP, all parties need to put their resolve about it. As far as the development part is concerned, you rightly stated, there is no disconnect about it. Cultural nationalism is a part of our commitment. But all the BJP or NDA state government, and this is very important, Arnav Goswami, you need to know that when the country's development is 5% and 3 odd, Narendra Modi 11%, state of Bihar about 10% plus, state of Chhattisgarh 11%, Madhya Pradesh around 11%. This consistent growth rate in NDA or BJP ruled states by sheer might of good development indicates that amidst that atmosphere of gloom, the BJP ruled states, the NDA ruled states are doing exceedingly well. That reinforces good governance is equally an important mantra. And there is no dichotomy between having a commitment to cultural nationalism.
No, there is. It's not a dichotomy. It's a slight. There's not a dichotomy. It's a slight difference in emphasis. I'm not saying dichotomy. Slight. So Modi's emphasis is more on development. Rajnath Singh's emphasis is more on Hindutva. And that's where the strategy is now being visible. I'm not here to chart out what you're doing, Mr. Prasad. You do that. But you know as well as I do that there is a planned strategy being worked out right now. We'd only be interested in seeing how it unfolds. Atul Kumar Anjan, let's draw you into the debate. Narendra Modi, whatever said and done, I don't know if you heard the SRCC speech. There was a connect with the youth. He was talking a language of development, of changing the India brand. In other words, Mr. Atul Anjan, your and other anti-Modi critics' consistent attempts to somehow drag him back only to the riots seems to be failing pretty badly. You have been unable to link him forever to the Gujarat riots. He's pushed his own branding beyond that. Won't you concede?
Mr. Goswami, I have heard very carefully my good friend Ravi Shankar Prasad's argument. The questions which you have raised is very important one. Let's go a little bit time. I want to go back. You remember, they declared a disputed site. It is the place where the Bhagwan Ram was born. Anyway, they destroyed that one. And what they said, the Kalyan Singh again came back to the BJP after quitting 2 times, making this chart that the Jhandewala and people RSS headquarters conspired against my government and they destroyed
Kalyan Singh also went to the Samajwadi Party with whom you have a very healthy relationship. Yes, please.
No, I'm
probably will have. Yes.
All sorts of the lame ducks are now in the bandwagon of the BJP.
No, you mentioned Kalyan Singh. My response was on Kalyan
Prasad
Singh.
will be happy giving. I am talking in that way. I am talking philosophically. Just remember what he said. The moment UP government will have a BJP government, there will be a Bhavya Rama Mandir. They had a government. They destroyed that structure. Then they again came to the power in 1996. They failed to construct. Then they gave an argument.
Why are you not answering
that
my
the
question
Ram
on
Mandir
Modi?
can be, Ram temple can be built only when they will have a central government also.
My question to you was on Modi.
Simultaneously, in UP, in UP and the center, both of them, the BJP ruled state, BJP governed that, but they failed to construct. What I am saying, what Rajnath ji is saying, he is trying to once again make befool and deceive the people. At the same time, you have correct that way, that the Modi is putting the development agenda. I tell you, what sort of development? With the capitalist path of development, with the international finance capital, they can't bring anything development. As Modi says, that Bhavya, he wants to back the development. What development? It means he wants to say the Atal Bihari Vajpayee's regime could not bring the development.
Response from.
And his model will only be.
No, I have heard that. Mr. Prasad, you want to respond? Then I go to my next panelist. He says this kind of development won't work. Yes. 1 minute.
Mr. Atul Kumar Anjan is a very good friend. The line which he has taken has been taken for the last 20 years. He is entitled for that. I don't wish to join issues with him, except to very gently remind him, today there is a proper decision of the Allahabad High Court which says that where Ram Lalla is Virajman is the place where Hindu believe that he was born. This is based upon 10,000 pages of solid evidence. And I'm sorry to remind him that I'm also the lawyer for Ram Lalla. Will also win in the Supreme Court.
What you are
but
saying.
The larger issue remains. Please, Atul ji, मैंने आपको disturb नहीं किया, please. But the larger issue I'm trying to say is that today, what I'm trying to highlight, you talked about Rajnath ji's comment. That commitment of the BJP is not from election to election. It is a larger commitment which is there from '89 itself. As for Mr. Anjan's comment against Mr. Modi is concerned, the facts completely speak differently or no. Today he talks of how the changes have come in the life of small marginal farmer, small players, small businessmen, and the whole quality of life. But what is very important, which you rightly highlighted, Narendra Modi today exhorted the youth to dream of a big India, to dream of a big brand India.
That's the point.
Where skill, scale is to be seen, and trust the infinite energy of the youth of India.
Responses.
Constitute 65%.
Responses.
And Arno, a very funny comment I heard from my Congress friend, that he talked of the mouse and the hand over the mouse which made India big. They again went to Rajiv Gandhi. I'll gently tell my friend from the Congress party that for heaven's sake, Narendra Modi did not take the name of Congress or the BJP. He was exhorting the youth of India for their endeavor and enterprise.
The point is to those who have been critical of Modi. I'm sorry to say this, Sankarshan Thakur and Kumar Ketkar openly critical of Modi. Devesh Chandra Thakur very reflectively looking back at whether the JDU will change its position tonight. I'm coming to you last. Would Sankarshan Thakur first and Kumar Ketkar after that concede that at a time when the economy is exhibiting sluggishness, when there is a sense of despondency and also growing anger, Narendra Modi, whether you like him or not, Sankarshan, is pushing a roadmap. And the youth of this country are probably going to buy into this roadmap. He's marketing himself brilliantly. He's talking about what he has done, and he's doing it with consistency again and again. Is it going to be possible after this to pull him back only to 2002? Sankarshan first, and then to Kumar Ketkar. Sankarshan.
No, we are talking about two things. There's nothing for me to concede here. I remain deeply critical of his role in 2002 and thereafter with the delivery or non-delivery of justice. But I think in his own scheme, Narendra Modi is very consciously and deliberately trying to depart that discourse. Now, how much is he able to depart that discourse?
Which discourse? Which discourse?
We'll have to say. The discourse of 2002.
Yes, okay.
He is trying to depart the discourse of 2002 has been.
Communal discourse.
To me, if you ask me, if you ask me today was an extremely smart speech. Absolutely brilliant presentation of the Modi that Narendra Modi wants India to see, having achieved what he has done in Gujarat. To that extent,
so my question to you is, would the anti-Modi camp be worried with the roadmap he's selling?
Arnav, will you let me finish?
No, there is an anti-Modi camp.
No. You know, I don't belong to a camp. I'm sitting in a chair.
Not you. I'm asking you, would the anti-Modi camp get worried with the roadmap he's pushing?
Of course, they will be getting worried.
They will be getting worried.
They will get worried.
Yeah, that's a...
and I think also, you know what Modi has done today. He has begun to define differences within the BJP as well. I think Mr. Rajnath Singh on the banks of the Sangam today struck a very archaic, old model figure as president of the BJP, and Modi presented himself by contrast.
Okay. Ravi Shankar Prasad's response to that.
India.
Mr. Prasad response to that. We're seeing those pictures of Rajnath Singh, divide in the BJP becoming obvious today. Sankarshan says that your response to Sankarshan before I go to Kumar Ketkar. Yes, please.
Arnav, Sankarshan Thakur is a very good friend of mine. He's a very eminent journalist. I respect him a lot. But I'm very surprised to see obscenely smart speech, if you use that expression. I'm a little surprised. Even if you advertise or no,
you know, when he makes a smart
if there is no substance to speak about. What Mr. Modi spoke today was based upon not only his conviction, but also his performance. Here was a leader who has been thrice elected with massive majority by the people of Gujarat, based upon his outstanding performance, which not only he is talking about, so many journalists are talking about, planning commission people are talking about, many news channels are giving him the best award of chief ministers, and many others also I am very proud of, all by India government. But to say that Rajnath Singh was archaic, Mr. Sankarshan Thakur, to say that we stand by our commitment to have a big Ram temple constructed there through consensus, if you call it archaic, good luck to you. We don't need a certificate for that. I'm sorry to say, I take a very strong offense. I take a very strong offense. No, please. Sankarshan, I didn't disturb you. For a journalist of your standing, for a national party which has a commitment from 89, for which efforts have been made, to call it archaic, good luck to you.
You want to revise that word? No.
Billions of Hindus world over.
Fine.
And many Muslims also.
He's not
for the sake of Hindu sentiment.
He's not responding.
Want that Bhavra Mandir should be there.
Mr. Prasad, I asked him, you want to respond or revise that? He said, I'm not responding. He's not revising it. Fine. Sankarshan Thakur, you stand by your word archaic. My question here is, let's look at it politically, Kumar Ketkar. In the 2009 elections, Congress did very well in the main metros. Delhi, 7 out of 7. Mumbai, 6 out of 6, Kolkata, 2 out of 2, Chennai, 2 out of 3, Hyderabad, 2 out of 2. These alone are 20 additional seats from the metros.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, Narendra Modi, if you look at his speech as a political analyst, he's trumpeting his development credentials, his middle class, his youth-sensitive image. Now, that's going to be a big challenge for the Congress party to retain that grip. It's a critical grip over urban India.
Yeah, true. That's a fact. And
you acknowledge that?
I acknowledge totally.
So he's becoming a big threat to the Congress?
Of course, he's becoming a big threat to Congress. BJP is also, you can say, becoming a threat to Congress. I don't know whether big or not.
That's a big acknowledgement coming from you.
Yes, it is.
Because you've been very critical of Modi in the past.
Yes, but I'm still critical of Modi. The point is whether this is a kind of political schizophrenia or a strategy is yet to be identified.
Why schizophrenia? Define schizophrenia.
Because on the one hand, there are people who are demanding going back to 14th century of the masjid and build Mandir where it was before 14th century.
That's what I was saying.
Second is Modi is trying to take the country to the corporate world to 21st century. So it's a 700 years gap between what Rajnath Singh is saying and what Modi is saying. Perhaps this is a strategy, a very calculated strategy, knowing or thinking.
Do you think it's possible that this strategy is aimed at ensuring that the voter is with you? At the same time, Rajnath Singh ensures that the Sangh is with you.
Exactly.
Rajnath Singh ensures that the Sangh is with you.
Absolutely.
And
correct.
Modi ensures that the voter is with you.
Industrial capitalist class is with you and middle class
Why
is with
is
you.
this schizophrenia?
No, it is a schizophrenia or strategy. I don't know whether it is schizophrenia or strategy. The problem is that RSS and the BJP is the front of the RSS. RSS has not yet decided what is exactly the idea of India that they have. Is it the Hindu idea of India? Is it the glory of like America? Should India become like America, corporate India? They have yet to come to terms with the India that is growing at various levels of aspirations. The Eastern UP poverty, Arnab, is not the same as the poverty in Ahmednagar district. There are two different poverties,
I'm only curious.
Different aspirations of development. So development is not something, unitary slogan.
Devesh Thakur, how do you view this? Do you think it's schizophrenia? Please don't weigh your words so carefully.
Well, I'm not going to say what you want me to say, Arnab. I'm not going to say what you want me to say.
No, I don't. But don't weigh your words.
But I don't think there's schizophrenia. Actually,
So it's a strategy, not just schizophrenia. It's a strategy and schizophrenia.
No, I don't think it's a strategy. I saw the reaction of respected Rajnath Singh ji. That was in response to what a media person asked him.
What is
and you don't expect Rajnath Singh ji to say that no, we are not going to build a temple here. It was. That is what it was. He was asked on the. It was a bite by some media person. It was not a press conference as such.
So what are you saying?
Now, I agree with what Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad is saying, that it has been the stand of the NDA as far as the temple is concerned, that there has to be consensus, there has to be, it has to come either from the Supreme Court orders, and that's all. That's how it's going to be done.
So it's nothing.
So there's nothing new about it.
Nothing major.
Nothing absolutely new about it. And what Mr. Narendra Modi has said in his speech at the college SRCC, yes. I think any leader of today addressing a youth in a college would perhaps go and say the same thing and address the youth and tell them how useful they will be for the future. So I don't think this is strategy. I think media is making too much out of it.
Good speech. You say good speech.
Yeah, of course it was a good speech.
JDU says good speech.
Of course it was a good speech. And I would say anyone who was there would make such a speech over there. JDU, as far as if they were speaking in front of the youth.
So JDU on Newshour is saying that good speech by Narendra Modi.
Anyone would have made that speech, Arnab. The first line I said, anyone addressing a youth there at that particular position at the given point of time would have made similar speech. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing too much to be read about.
I think they are giving
one minute.
each other.
Why would Nitish Kumar share a dais with Narendra Modi?
No, there's no question of dais today.
No, I'm asking.
Well, why wouldn't he share it? There's so many meetings they go together. They share a dais. Why not? If Pervez Musharraf can share a dais with Atal Bihari Vajpayee,
work together politically.
We are not working today. Mr. Nitish Kumar is in Bihar with the BJP. Mr. Narendra Modi is in Gujarat. They have their own independent states to look after, and they are doing it very well.
No, so because if Narendra Modi is pushed as the prime ministerial candidate of the BJP,
you have come back on that same old tape.
Yeah, I am a broken record.
So if that happens,
there are some parts where I consider I am
then there should be no sound coming if there's a broken record. But then when the time comes, we'll see what happens then. Our view is, again, 1,000 times we have said, it's very clear.
You're showing great.
We are not going to discuss prime ministerial candidates on the media and the press.
But you wanted
let us have an NDA meeting and discuss.
8 days back at about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 12:40, I think I spoke to you on the phone, and you said to me, let's have a meeting of the NDA.
Yeah, of course. That's always been our stand.
Yes.
That the name of the prime ministerial candidate must be discussed within a meeting of the NDA.
Why?
And why not? Because otherwise, what's the point of being a partner in the NDA? You can't declare anything unilaterally. You can't. There has to be unanimity. That's our stand from the very beginning.
So it's looking more and more likely that will be Modi then?
Sorry?
It looks more and more likely it will be Modi.
We'll see what happens then.
I just want to make one point.
We'll see what happens then.
I just want to make one point.
We'll see what happens then.
One point. I'm just making one point. You are talking about the NDA. All the one constituent of NDA, Akali Dal has said they will support Modi. The Shiv Sena says, all right, they have no objection. I think now what is the point of having a meeting of the NDA? Already three partners of the NDA, BJP, Akali Dal and Shiv Sena are on one side. Another partner is not there. So what's the point? The majority is speaking something. Why is there a need of a...
Mr. Rahul Gandhi was already the leader of the Congress. Why do you have something go into Jaipur and start doing things over there?
And Shiv Sena is not on the same side.
There are procedures. There are ways. Why do you go into Jaipur and have a conclave and then bring Rahul Gandhi and declare him to be the vice president? He is actually as good as the president. Then why did you have the Jaipur conclave? There are ways and procedures to do that, and we want that to be followed.
And Shiv Sena is not loyal to that principle. Shiv Sena has said they prefer Sushma Swaraj. So that question also does not really arise. Shiv Sena is not like Akali Dal. They have not endorsed. Shiv Sena has not endorsed Narendra Modi's candidature.
They will remain with the NDA.
They may.
Everyone has a right to remain where they want to.
No, JDU will also remain with the NDA.
Everyone has a right to remain where they want to or go wherever they want to. They do not need suggestions from anyone else.
This was not a speech of which I have details. This was not 1 minute. This is not a speech aimed at Ahmedabad or Gandhinagar or Bhuj or Saurashtra. This was a speech which he made aimed at a national audience. Do you have any doubts?
No, never.
So he's addressing a national audience.
Exactly.
And you like his speech?
Anyone would have made the same speech. Probably if you were a leader, you went there, you would have made the same speech.
Try to undermine. Well, I don't know. But Sankarshan, this is extremely interesting here right now. We are talking about Narendra Modi's speech and the ripples it's having. These are ripples. You see the JDU far more open. My view is, Mr. Thakur, you may say whatever. Heart of heart, the way you are responding to my questions shows a great deal of growing softness towards Narendra Modi from the JDU.
You are free to have your own inferences, Arnab. Time will show everything.
Sankarshan?
The right Mr. Thakur has answered that question on your program.
Ravi Shankar Prasad, how do you view this?
Jokes apart.
The increase. Yeah, go ahead, Sankarshan. Go on, Sankarshan.
Jokes apart, Arnab.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you on this one. The dare is already on Nitish Kumar's door, and he has to pick up and either chuck it out or accept it. I think, the drift is very, very clear.
Yeah.
The dare is, if he doesn't recognize it, it will slap him in the face any day, and then he'll have to respond to it. If he waits for the BJP to declare a formal candidate,
exactly.
I think he's being led up the garden path till it's too late.
Exactly. Yes, Mr. Prasad.
Although first thing I would like to highlight, for heaven's sake, stop Times Now, other channels becoming the forum to decide as to who shall be the BJP's candidate.
So it's a national subject of national discussion.
Mr. Rajnath Singh.
Fair enough.
Just a minute. Mr. Rajnath Singh has publicly declared the parliamentary board will take a decision. First, the BJP will decide. We'll talk to our allies. Mr. Thakur has a very valid point. And for the information of Mr. Sankarshan Thakur, our relations with JDU is not of recent origin. We are together for the last 18 years. We have fought 6 Lok Sabha elections together and 6 Vidhan Sabha elections together. Mr. Nitish Kumar has been a minister in government, Mr. Bajpai. He also went to Gujarat as a railway minister. The BJP, JDU government is doing very well in Bihar. Therefore, every program must begin and end with nitpicking as to who will be PM is grossly unfair.
Sir, it's not nitpicking. There are 2 allies. No, Mr. Prasad, I must.
I only want.
Mr. Prasad.
Or let me complete.
1 minute. No.
Let me complete, please. Let me just complete. I never see Rahul Gandhi's acceptance.
Relationship in Bihar. 1 minute. Since so much has been said about the BJP-JDU relationship in Bihar,
will you please wait for your turn? Will you please wait for your turn?
A small point. Mr. Narendra Modi, during the entire tenure of the JDU relationship in Bihar, has not been allowed to or welcome to campaign even for a single day. I am just making a statement of fact.
All right. If you want to make provocative statement, I don't want to take cognizance of that. Or now coming to the serious issue which I was trying to highlight. Have I seen any time Mr. Rahul Gandhi's anointment be discussed on Times Now with the UPA allies?
Yeah, twice.
Never.
Yes, twice.
Never.
Yes, twice.
Sorry, never.
Programs on it.
I repeat, never.
Twice, sir.
You have never called the
Mr. Prasad, I am afraid you're not watching the Newshour very carefully. We discussed it on 2 occasions. I have an eyewitness.
I was present on that. On the very day of the Jaipur conference.
No, I am not talking of Kumar Ketkar.
But I was present.
Of UPA allies.
No, point is I was present on the debate. The question, and I was not the only person debating. There were other people. There were 10 other people in 10 different windows. I was not the only person.
Thank you. Yes.
Or now, will you allow me to speak today, or I have just been called to watch the program?
Go on,
please, for heaven's sake, allow me to speak. Tell Mr. Ketkar to wait for his turn. He's a senior man. He must know the dignity of a debate on Times Now. My point is very simply this, that you always ask the allies, which you are entitled to, we respect your right. I have never seen any structured debate on Times Now where all the UPA allies have been called to have a view on Rahul Gandhi's anointment. And I stand by that. Now I have to make a point about Mr. Ketkar's remark against the RSS and the BJP. We have no view of India. I have no problem with him, because this is the view of Mr. Ketkar, who I am sorry to say, I repeat, entertains a pathological hatred against the RSS and the BJP. It is a different matter that we have been growing in spite of his hatred and will continue to grow. But what troubles me more is this, that his view about Mr. Modi or other BJP chief ministers remains the same which is there in 2001, or his understanding of our ideology of 50s and 60s. I know his softness for Manmohan Singh, that I also grant him. But at least I would expect a journalist of the eminence of Kumar Ketkar, about whom I have my respect, to at least understand that in spite of his hostile opposition, why my party is growing, why the good governance record of BJP Chief Minister is catching on, that our CMs are being elected and re-elected 2 times, 3 times and 4 times.
Sir, but
why is it that the people of the country, the middle class today, is yearning for a change? That he is not able to understand. And there I have a problem.
I allow a 20-second rebut to Mr. Ketkar, because you have directly targeted Mr. Ketkar. He has a right to respond to you in 20 seconds.
Yes,
and I have a right to ask you a question after that.
With full sense of responsibility I have.
I will ask you a question after that. Yes, Mr. Ketkar.
Mr. Prasad, I want to assure you that I have no hatred at all.
I want to ask one question.
Absolutely no hatred at all towards Sangha Parivar or towards BJP. I definitely have very strong differences with the perception that they have about India. No hatred, and I will never have hatred. I belong to Ishwar Allah Tero Naam philosophy, and in that philosophy there is no hatred.
Okay, one question coming your way from Atul Kumar Anjan. Mr. Anjan, yes. Mr. Anjan is asking a question to Ravi Shankar Prasad.
Very simply, I just want to ask Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad. He is making very loud claims. In a row, only in Gujarat or in Chhattisgarh, they could make the government in 2 or 3 terms. But the rest, what happened to in Uttar Pradesh, where the whole Ram temple was there? What happened to Uttarakhand? And why their fort in Karnataka, you see, disappeared? Why they are in a great crisis? I think there is too much high voltage words he is using. I think he is not a member of RSS. I don't know if he wants to tell the people. I will be very happy to know whether he is a really Subha Shakhawala Swayam Sevak or not. But many things he is saying. But the question of Narendra Modi, what he spoke today, he has absolutely tried to hide his hidden agenda. That is a communal agenda. That is a communal division he wants to make. He wants this country to polarize on communal lines. And
so what has he said which is communal in his speech? No, 1 minute. No. What has he said? I want 1 minute. I want you to highlight one thing he said in his speech. He said people in Delhi drink milk that comes from Gujarat. He said you go to Singapore, you will find items from Gujarat. He spoke about agriculture, tourism, a forensic university, education, the diplomatic community, how they came. You know, he talked about Swami Vivekananda's dream. I want 1 minute. I want you to tell me one thing which he said which was communal in his speech.
We are not talking about the state, you see.
What was communal in his speech today?
How big and how
What was communal in his speech today?
Indian politics.
What was communal in his speech today?
No, he has not informed.
So are you, Mr. Anjan, Mr. Atul Kumar Anjan, it appears to me, are you, 1 minute, Mr. Anjan,
spoken about his hidden agenda.
Mr. Anjan,
he has not spoken about
Mr. Anjan,
Modi is known.
Mr. Anjan, I don't mean to provoke you, but I want to ask you something. Mr. Anjan, the response to your long question will be put by Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad.
But are you the Gujarat product? He was trying to sell the Gujarat product in Delhi.
So let him.
What is the meeting? What is the meaning?
He is doing. He has a business
to sell. What is the meaning
of
that one?
What do you want the chief minister to run down his state?
No, we are discussing politics. The hidden agenda.
So
I completely say what Rajnath is saying. Rajnath ji has said many things.
Mr. Anjan.
Very clearly.
Mr. Anjan,
but at the same time, I just want to tell my friend Ravi Shankar
Anjan, the communist...
what happened to Bharatiya Janata Party in Uttar Pradesh.
Okay, 1 minute.
And that way, 3 terms, that way the bigger size of UP assembly is there.
Okay,
Mr.
now it's all right.
Singh Yadav has come
okay,
back
5
here.
minutes on this debate.
But that doesn't
5 minutes left on this debate.
Very fair
Mr. Anjan, are you disturbed that Narendra Modi has not said anything communal in his speech? Response now coming your way from Ravi Shankar Prasad. Are you disturbed he's not said anything communal? Ravi Shankar Prasad responding to you. 1 minute, Mr. Anjan, calm down. Ravi Shankar Prasad. Ravi Shankar Prasad is responding. Sir, I have limited time. Let him respond.
That Mr. Modi stands for what? He stands for communal polarization. And he is successfully trying to hide it. That I want to remind your viewers.
Mr. Anjan, I just will let Ravi Shankar Prasad answer. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Prasad.
Atul Babu is again a good friend of mine. I know that he is committed to the CPI. Regardless of the dwindling fortune of CPI, still I wish him good luck.
I'm not talking. Don't talk about this. Talk about politics.
All right. For your information, I'm also a San Sevak from my childhood days. This is for your information. But on a serious issue, you are discussing the speech of Narendra Modi today. And let me again tell, for the sake of your viewers, you brought it live on your channel. Not for a moment he discussed about the BJP. Not for a moment he mentioned Dr. Manmohan Singh or Congress Party or Sonia Gandhi. Not for a moment he mentioned UPA. Today he was redrawing the entire language of contemporary Indian politics, that big branding of India, how to see future on the strength of youth who are 65%. And today he coined a new expression, youth power for national development, not only young voter. Now, are you willing to take that issue? He did not criticize any political party. Yes, he talked about the achievement of his own state of Gujarat, which is well known, well tested. Or no, it is very important that if good governance is coming in the center stage of India's polity for good measures, those CMs who are doing well are being re-elected. It's good luck. Not necessarily of BJP, some others too can be. But today, if beyond caste, if beyond region, if beyond the communal secular hackneyed debate, if the element of good governance, delivery, implementation and entrepreneurship and a sense of aspirational India is growing,
consider that.
Both in the rural and urban India, we need to welcome that.
Consider that.
My problem is, whenever Narendra Modi speaks something, the same hackneyed response comes, communal, secular, hidden agenda. The people of Gujarat are rejecting it.
Are you saying...
I'm sure India will reject it also.
No, 1 second. It's your ally here who has what you are describing as a hackneyed response. Your ally says there should be a secular candidate for prime ministership. Are you saying 1 minute? Are you saying Nitish Kumar is hackneyed in demanding on? No.
Then Ravi Shankar Prasad.
1 second, Mr. Anjan, 1 minute. You've had your turn.
Leader Atal Bihari
don't be hackneyed. Don't be hackneyed. 1 minute.
What Atal Bihari developments.
Mr. Anjan, 1 minute. Mr. Anjan, 1 minute.
Has painted black on the face of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. How I can forget that statement?
Mr. Anjan, 1 minute.
गुजरात की घटनाओं ने मेरे मुंह पर कालिक पोत दी. That is the utterances of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. How I can forget?
Arnav, we have never differed. Arnav, riots are always unfortunate. Those who have been involved are being punished. Unlike in the case of Sikh riots, where no punishment has been given, on many people of the secular lobby keep quiet. But as I repeat, my president has already stated that the BJP's parliamentary board will take a decision. We'll also discuss with our allies. If that is the stated position, why you are asking the chief spokesperson of the party to commit something? You are being quite unfair to me. I'm very sorry to say that. And yes, Mr. Arnav Goswami, BJP's candidate or NDA's candidate for PM-ship shall not be decided on times now and need not be decided.
That's all right. But we'll still get the news first. That's all right, whenever you decide. And sometimes we get the news from inside your party before anyone, and I won't reveal the rest. Question here is, one second. Question here is, it's not Times Now that is asking, it is the JDU which is asking. Do you continue to ask? What? Do you continue to ask that the NDA should call an immediate meeting to decide a Prime Minister candidate? Do you continue to ask?
But yes, this should be decided within a meeting of the NDA.
How soon?
Reasonably soon.
What is reasonably soon?
Reasonably soon I think it's very easy for anyone to understand.
6 months?
You can, I won't frame any time limit, but reasonably soon is quite, I think it's a good enough statement.
Okay. Kumar Ketkar wanted to respond once more to Ravi Shankar Prasad.
No, the only point is, since you are discussing Narendra Modi's speech today,
yes,
and its contents, it definitely did not have any communal element in the speech itself.
That's
what is behind the screen agenda is a different issue. Second point, he talked about. I don't know to infer.
No,
there was nothing communal in his speech.
Why do you assume?
I'm not assuming, because Mr. Atul was saying. That's why I said. Point is, nobody questions the agenda of development. Nobody questions, and as Mr. Thakur said, everybody will talk about the development. Everybody will talk about the governance. What is then the problem of? What is the difference? The difference is that India has to be an inclusive. I don't want to remind Mr. Prasad that Golwalkarji, Shri Guruji said that what is main thing in India is Samajik Samarasata. What is most important thing is wanted in India is Samajik Samarasata. I did not find any inclusiveness in his speech. I did not find approach to pan-India image, and that was lacking. Development and governance are the issues, but what is required is that warmth, that kind of empathy with the whole Indian people on the pan-India image. That did not exist there.
The JDU would also like to know that a gentleman called Atal Bihari Vajpayee was declared 7.5 months before the 1996 elections. 7.5 months, if I say before, that means that the reasonable time limit would be the end of August. Will the BJP announce Narendra Modi or anyone else before the end of August? That is the question. We'll get Nitish Kumar hopefully next on the Newshour to answer that question. Your lips are so sealed, it's worrying.
You did not ask me a question. You did not ask me a question. You're making your statements. You're welcome to do that.
You're welcome to contradict me.
No, why should I contradict you? I'm not here to contradict or anything. Why should I contradict anything about the future? Nothing.
Yes, Mr. Prasad, you want to announce the date of the NDA meeting?
Not on Times Now.
All right, when my party, when NDA's position is so precarious that Arnav Goswami's consent will have to be taken to be decided at Newshour as to what date we are going to meet, surely I will think about it. On a last point to Mr. Ketkar, we have believed in Samajik Samarasta, taking everybody along. And in the last elections in Gujarat, out of 22 Vidhan Sabha seats, where Muslims constitute 25% to more than 40% of voters, BJP won 15 to 16. And our record of governance, which reaches the benefit to all sections, is too well known. When we say justice to all, appeasement of none, we really believe in that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prasad. To all my participants, thank you very much.